Hi, my name is Sam Bell and I am the guitar tutor at WaterBear. And in this video, I'm going to be taking you through my approach to soloing over the jam track Heavy. This jam track is one of Bruce Dickinson's own backing tracks from his band Colour of Noise. A big shout out to them and a thank you for letting us be able to get some knowledge and inspiration from these tracks to be able to practice our soloing over them. The jam track is available in the description below so you can play along to it in full. And I'm going to take you through some phrasing ideas here today and some tonal ideas. The other two tracks, I broke down the theory and approach to harmony. But on this one, I want to talk about some of the more tonal and phrasing based ideas. So hopefully you can apply these straight away to the jam track yourself and create awesome guitar solos. Okay, so let's take a look at the first example of one of my improvisations over this awesome track. Now, one of the things I want to talk about here, which I think is really important, first of all, the song's in the key of B minor. We can use B minor pentatonic, B minor scale. It's all going to work. Now, listening back to this track, I opened with this phrase. Something along those lines. As soon as I heard it when I played it, it gave me inspiration to follow the rest of the solo through. By listening to the phrase as I played it and not getting too caught up in what I was doing, I was able to then hear what was really needed next. And one of the most musical things that you can do in a solo is repeat a phrase. And that's not to say repeat it verbatim every time at the same point in the bar, but take the rhythm or the note sort of shape of the line and use that as a blueprint in order to maneuver the solo through the positions using your ears following the chords. So after using that phrase to open, I was able to take the rhythm of it and maneuver it through the patterns, and I ended up started to take phrases like that. That was a B add 9 arpeggio. And focusing on small arpeggio bits of information in the scale and using the rhythm of the phrase that I opened up with in order to start me off. And of course, if other ideas start to appear in your mind as you play, then if they're right, hopefully you can pursue them. So I really encourage this art of listening in between the gaps and focusing on smaller bits of information to develop your phrases. There you heard me playing over the other section in this song, which revolves around A, and the mode that we're going to be playing is A mixolydian. It's still from that overall key center of B minor, D major, and I was really trying to branch out on one string. So seeing my entire A mixolydian scale all on in that case, the G string, but obviously you can do that for any of the strings. And I was sort of focusing on legato phrases. Moving them around and simply moving them around in these chunks. And it really gets the sliding going, and I think that's one of the cool things about guitar is you can move this way up and down in the boxers, but if you can get as much sort of linear movement up and down the neck, you end up phrasing in a completely new way. Something very akin to sitar players or even vocalists. You're getting closer to that kind of phrasing. So I encourage you to try that approach, especially on the other section when we're basing it all around a mixolydian. Okay, so in that solo, I was using a part of the guitar which sometimes can get a bit dusty, and that is the tone control. Now, the tone control isn't something that you ignore or take off your guitar. In fact, it's probably one of the most important controls you can have, especially as a lead player. It's nice to be able to have different voices on the guitar. Now, I'm playing straight into my amp here in my studio. I've got a drive pedal in front of a clean amp, and I've got a mic on the cab. So I've got this kind of tone on the humbucker, which sounds like this. Now, if I turn the tone knob even sort of halfway, or all the way off almost, you can start to get different colours of sound from the guitar. It's more of like a honky kind of sound. Sounds blocked up, like cold or something. And with higher gain sounds, if I put the boost on here, you can really start to hear it. So that's the tone all the way up. And it's just a cool sound, something very different. And you can add a different element. It's like having a different voice all of a sudden on guitar. So I used that in order to get more emotiveness out of my playing. It inspired me to play differently because the sound I was getting was making me think of new, different ideas. So that's something that you can really tap into in your playing. It's something you can get a lot out of, and it's all in your instrument. So give it a go. So there we have it. There's some approaches for soloing over the backing track heavy. Don't forget, you can get the backing track in the description below. It's here as a video on YouTube, and you can try out some of these ideas. I really hope some of this is helpful, and leave a comment. Let me know what sort of things help you in your phrasing as well. It'd be great to hear everybody's ideas, because the more of these sort of tips and hacks you find, and the more you share this information, the more stuff you find out and the more stuff you have to experiment with when you're jamming. And it doesn't just apply to lead guitar. You can apply this to rhythms, chords, acoustics. You can do, you name it, if it's music, all this stuff really works out. So give it a go. I've been Sam Bell here for WaterBear. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.